Hi, I'm Holly Mackey, Warren County Clerk, Warren County, New Jersey. We're here at the Warren County Fair in our clerk and elections combined booth. This year we're featuring the electronic poll books, which will be rolled out statewide. There are 3 different poll book options, so it just depends on which county you live in. Warren County is going with the ES&S Express Vote. The Express Vote is our voting machine, and then the poll books. What you'll do, this is replacing the books that you signed in on election day. It will also be for early voting, which we'll get to in a second. But the poll books in election day, the biggest takeaway that we really want people to know is when you get your sample ballot in the mail, don't throw it away or keep it, because your barcode makes it extremely easy for us to find you with these new poll books. We scan it and you come up that quickly and we can start the process. Of course, we can always search by last name, first name, and you can also give us your license. That's optional, of course, but if you give us your license, we can find you as quick as well. And then, of course, with Warren County, we have the Express Vote XL touchscreen machines. We have that countywide. That'll be for early voting and for election day. Depending on what county you are will depend on what kind of voting machine you have as well. The early voting was passed this year. It's new. Now you have 3 ways to vote. You can vote by mail. We'll send you out your ballot in the end of September for the November election. You can vote early. This year it's October 23rd to the 31st, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 6 on Sunday. And that any resident of your specific county, I'm going to say any county, your county. So in our case, I'm stumbling a little bit. In our case, Warren County residents, any Warren County resident can vote in any of our 3 locations. In Warren County, it's going to be the Blairstown Library, the Independence Library, and the Greenwich Library. You can come to any of those at any time during early voting hours, and you can vote your specific ballot. So you'll go in, you'll check in with the electronic poll book, you'll sign as you always did with the as you did the poll books. We'll print out a activation card and you'll vote. And did you want to see us do that? Okay. All right. Hello, sir.
Hello.
I'm going to check you in. Do you have your sample ballot?
I do not.
How about driver's license, or I can find you by your name?
I do not.
Okay. All right. So let me have the first 3 letters of your name.
CIC.
And your first 3?
LOU.
Louis Cicalas. Okay.
Yes.
And are you at?
I am.
Okay. Very good. So I'm sorry.
So just so we're clear, he's
Yes.
actually with you right now, right?
Yes.
He is. Yes.
So people who are watching this, know
Yes.
this is just a demonstration.
This is just a demonstration. He works for the Board of Elections in Warren County. So we see that he's active and eligible to vote. If he's active, eligible, if he was a vote by mail voter, we would see that. If he was in a different district, we could send him to the right district. But anyway, we're going to issue, and then I'm going to give Mr. Cicala the opportunity to sign.
Ready?
Yep. Just like he would sign the poll book. Okay. Yep. Sorry. So then I come back and I can compare the 2 signatures. As long as the 2 signatures match, I'll hit accept. And for the primary, his party would show up, which is this is set up as a demo. And we complete the check-in, and it printed his barcode. What he'll do then is he'll take that barcoded ballot to the voting machine, and this is just a fair election. So favorite animal, favorite fair food. He's going to load it. And again, it'll depend on what county you're in, what machine you're using. And then he's going to vote. He'll print his ballot. And this has a voter verified paper trail. So as soon as he hits print, it'll come out here. And the voter can review and make sure that it matches what he voted for. And as long as he's happy with that, then he hits cast. And he's voted. So that's pretty much in a nutshell the voting system in Warren County.
What happens to that paper?
That is actually a live ballot. So that stays in a ballot canister in the back. And on election day, back up. On election day, at the end of the night, it gets sealed and impounded for 15 days, Lou? 15 days. And then if there's a recount or anything like that, those can be tabulated and for auditing purposes to make sure that the electronic media and the tapes match what actually was voted. It's cross-check balances.
And of course, anybody could just take a photo with their iPhone of that.
They could. I think there's statutes that are on the books that don't allow that.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. You're not really supposed to do that. I know a lot of people do, and I don't know that anybody would enforce that, but technically as an election official, I should tell you, you probably shouldn't do that.
All right, just my other question is, people will always, regardless of the security that you have, they'll always say, oh, well, where is the software connected to?
Right.
How can it be changed? How
Right.
can you reassure people that the company you're working with, the software you're using is secure?
Okay, it's two separate entities. So you have the poll book and the voting machine. The voting machines that actually register the vote, capture the vote, people vote on, are not, at least in New Jersey, are not in any way, shape, or form connected to the internet. They cannot be, they are not. This is completely air-gapped. The equipment that I build the ballot on in my office and the equipment that they receive the results on in their office, completely air-gapped, not connected to the internet at all. The poll books, of course, the statewide voter registration system is online. There's all kinds of protocols. Homeland Security is all involved in it. They've been active and very active in the certification of the poll books. So, and again, I don't know that, I'm not a cybersecurity person, but I do know that that's a big part of the certification. So the poll books are connected, but the actual voting equipment where you cast your ballot is not.
So, tell me once again, how do these get counted?
Sure,
How do they get from here
to where we count them. Okay, so there is a thumb drive, there's electronic media, and then there's a poll tape that gets, when you close the poll worker removes the thumb drive and removes the tape and puts them in two separate envelopes. That comes back with two poll workers, one rep, one dem, to my office at the end of the night. And again, this is Warren County, but my office at the end of the night, I keep the poll tapes, the election board, the an R and a D runner take it from my office to right around the corner to the election board. They read the thumb drives, I'm checking the tape. And while I'm not checking the tape on a candidate level, I'm checking it on a votes cast amount. So at the end of the night, my tape says 102 votes were counted in this district. Their thumb drive says 102 votes counted in this district. We make sure it matches. We know that every ballot that was cast was counted. And we do that, and before it's certified, we make sure we know exactly what votes were counted, cast, and we make sure all the numbers match.
If there's a need for a recount, or if somebody's saying something, there's shenanigans going on,
Right.
How do you go back and double check?
The cards that are in the ballot stock are able to be scanned and counted through a machine, so you can make sure that the paper matches the tape, matches the thumb drive, and when all else fails, you can do a manual hand count, recount to make sure everything matches. That's all the capability. There's several checks and balances with that.